The other day, I was at a charity benefit dinner for the blind. My little cousin's blind. I love him so much. Anyway, saw a couple girls there. They was looking real fine. First I had to make sure they weren't blind though. I can't handle that stuff. I don't know no sign language.
Blind. Okay.
Blind. Anyway, there were some good looking girls there. One of them particularly caught my eye real good. It was a real good looking blonde girl. She was wearing a pink shirt with some spaghetti straps. Got her number. Guess she liked the way I looked too. Said we're gonna meet the next day at a Chick-fil-A at the mall. Saw her the next day at the Chick-fil-A. She was looking very strong and independent. Not like those other girls that you usually meet at clubs and such. We got in line. It was a real long line. There was at least 10 people in it. Normally, I might have jumped all the people if I was alone, but this girl was special. Anyway, I was like, what would you like on the menu? She's like, I don't know, maybe just like a chicken sandwich or something. And I was like, girl, that sounds pretty good to me. I was like, give me a chicken sandwich and a waffle fries. Full price. Got her food. We sat down to eat. We ate. Got finished eating. The food tasted real good, especially them waffle fries and the Dr. Pepper to drink. I said, girl, you're real special to me. You know what the favorite part of your body is to me? She said, what? I said, I like the brain, because I like a girl with some smarts. I said, you must have done real good in school. She's like, yeah, I was valedictorian. I was like, I wasn't anything like that. In high school, I took all them easy classes, like sci-fi and satire and film analysis. Tell me, is that unforgivable? Is that unforgivable? That girl I was telling you about. Last week I went over to her parents' house for dinner. I said, when I met her parents, I talked to her dad and I shook his hand real tight. Not so tight to break his hand. Shook his hand. I said, sir, it's very nice to meet you. You've raised a very strong, beautiful, and independent woman. All the qualities I look for in. Anyway, we sat down, started eating the food. She made chicken and dumplings and some corn on the side. So I said, this dinner's pretty good, Mrs. Davis. Did you make it yourself? She said, yes, sir. I've got the recipe from my mother. She passed last year. I was like, that's pretty sad. My mother passed when I was 12. Real sad story. I won't tell it now. Finished eating. She said, hey, you want to watch a movie? I was like, yes. I was like, well, what you want to watch? Go in there, pick something out where I go to the bathroom real quick. She said, okay, I'll see you in there. I said, all right. I went into the living room. Saw her sitting on the couch watching a movie. I said, what this movie is? She said, I don't know, I just turned it on. Checked the menu. It said ultraviolet. I was like, this movie is terrible. Let's watch something else. She's like, well, what you want to watch? I was like, I brought over some movies. She's like, oh, what'd you bring? I said, I brought the Zanny Misfits, Mononcle, and Barbarella. She said, I've never seen those movies before. I said, Zanny Misfits is maybe not your style. We'll watch Mononcle. Start the movie. Anyway, pop the DVD in the DVD player. God, I love that satire. Anyway, there was no dialogue for like the first hour of the movie. So it was real awkward in that living room. About an hour and 15 minutes in, she fell asleep in my arms. I left 5 minutes later and never called her again. Now you tell me, is that unforgivable?